Feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me move. You can make me move. Can make me. So alive, make it last forever. Stop in time, yeah, I'm surrendering. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only.
Yeah, Bryson, I noticed. I don't. This track seemed like a bit of a pain with timing gates to qualify for, so. Uh, 250 Moto 1 and then 450s are Moto 2 this week. Nah, you're all good. I was able to get it in. Alright. Yeah, I was able to get gear and stuff in. Alright. Me. I could check that. So we got a little bit of time. Alright. Alright. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna show these are your point standings for last week. I don't know if I was able to get to them fully last week or not, but we're gonna show them to start off the stream. KFC still your points leader. He's got a 49-point lead over Brad as they swapped motos, going 1-2-2-1 last week. Froxy decided I guess he didn't want to race last week, and then because he's doing some weird shit on Mount Martin, from what I saw, I think going from off the track and absolutely sending it downhill and took someone out. I don't know if it was multiple people or just the one. He is on a one race ban and probation for the rest of the season. So he will be missing this week. Froxy will base that. Will most likely promote Aaron and Marco into 3rd and 4th. And Froxy will go down to 5th as Woodland is not close enough and Murda is not either. Woodland, I think, is done racing for the year. Might come back for SMX, but I have not seen him in a long time. You've seen me miss round 6 and 7. But Murda is still in here. He's just had a couple bad motos after starting off the year strong. Then we're going to go to 450s. Obviously, still Cam. He has a 45-point lead over TJ, who gained a bit last week at Millville. Lynn's gained 1 point, so it's now down to 69 points. Nice. Oh. I'll work on that later. Yeah. And then obviously Trojan and Jake are about 100 points out. So we go over to qualifying. It was KFC over Aaron, Ethan, whoever that is, Humbo, Dylan, Brad, Murda, Jam, and Nacho. Your top 10. Marco just out there. We go over here to 450s. It is Cam, TJ, Reed, Pumbaa, Boy, Frank, Georgian, Jake, Caden, and Pickle. Are that. Yeah, I don't think I updated the tipping page on YouTube, but I have it updated on my Twitch, so see that as I go over here. All right. Now I can close this. You guys see nothing. Watch 450 Moto 2. It's gonna be either between Brad and KFC for 250s, and it's gonna be TJ, Linz, or Cam. Because Linz, I think, is more in it because TJ and Cam have not been playing as much, so he's been a little closer for these guys. He's got 2 moto wins at round 5 for. No, he won at Southwick, and then he also won second moto last week, or was it Red Bud? I think he won Red Bud, and then last week at Millville Moto 2. So there is that. So it's gonna be kind of close. Got me. But yeah, I know, really crazy predictions there, but you know, whatever. Yeah, I didn't even think I had like a tip thing set up in my YouTube. I don't even think there is one. Pretty sure I got it set up on Twitch, though. Not that I'm forcing anyone. I don't fully care. I get like $10 for these streams from Twitch, so. Oop, about to start, boys. Let's get this thing going. Let me get my stats things. There's so many fucking stats for these 250 guys. Jesus. Alright. Getting ready for 250 Moto number 1. Looks like we got a couple of the AO boys and SKR down here on the inside. Got more gear this week, thankfully, from SKR to send stuff, and normally AO does as well. Got Zyre, so we got Murda, KFC, Brad, Aaron, Humbo, Dylan, whoever Juice WRLD is, can't remember exactly who it is, but Ethan, Jam, Nacho, Marco, Nico, Zvepia, Keelan, Fred, Ethan, Carter, KJL, Vix, Waffle Slayer, Vibes, Classic, Wagner, Nat, Liposec. Ooh, good to see Liposec. Rico, Zenex, Caden, EHP, Danz, Aragon, and Mateo. Alright, revs are up. We're going to be here on the inside. See who gets a good jump. Went a little early there. Now the gate is down. Somebody went tumbling down the inside. Looks like KFC is going to force everybody wide. It's going to be KFC to get the whole shot with Murda right behind him here. Then you got Rico sitting in P3, but KJ is going to take it away from up horsepower hill. They go. Murda sending it with KFC on the right-hand side. Murda get a better drive. Comes to the top of it. Into the lead he goes for now. He's going to send it over the jump. KFC's going to have a drive around the outside. And back into the lead goes KFC. So your points leader getting the whole shot and setting the tone early. KJ absolutely sending Murda off track. And then you got Rico and Brad slowly in pursuit. Brad down the right-hand side, your defending champ, trying to get past KJ, looking down the inside. And the switchback Rico goes down. Somebody else goes flying. His bike is all the way across the track. That is Ethan of MRC. And then you got Brad here trying to make a pass on KJ once again with his teammate of KFC and championship rival up ahead of him. And KJ overjumped and down he goes. Got a legs off crash there because of it. Heading over the first table. Now it's Zenex right behind Brad here. And now Zenex trying to look down the inside of Brad. Can't make anything happen. Going up to the oops section here. KFC still leading. He's going to lead the first lap. A little bit smaller lead to Brad than it probably was. So it is 2 seconds here for Brad. Now we'll see just what he can do. He still has his teammate in his sights. Still got Zenex behind him. Brad does have 2 seconds of cuts though, so he's got to worry about that. I suspect this track will be, a lot of cuts. As I said earlier, the qualifying, it seemed like a lot of people were getting, their timing missing. I think timing gates are a little close. It's just going to affect these guys on certain sections. I'll see if Brad can get up to his teammate of KFC, your points leader. Try to make some moves and try to claw his way back closer to the championship. Like I said, 49 points down coming into this round. So it's a big feat, especially at round 7. But it'd be good to have the momentum going into the 2-week break. And KFC sent the downhill too far and got a legs off crash and his bike went flying. So Brad is going to go into the lead because of it. So just a tiny mistake for KFC going off that ski jump and landed too far. Game gave him a legs, and so Brad is going to inherit the lead. We'll see how big of a gap he has. It's going to be probably 5 to 10 seconds. Assume there's Zenex here, and then he got Jam, and then KFC got his way back up. So it is about a 5-second gap on track. It's down about 3 because of Brad's 2 seconds of cuts. So KFC is now behind Jam, who's another SKR teammate, and Zenex here. Zenex, tucks the front end down. He goes. Missed the rut and sent his bike flying into the woods. So now it is SKR 1, 2, 3 with Brad, Jam, and KFC. KFC off the side of the track. Going to get some cuts because of it. Jumps back on into the loop section. We'll see how much he gets from it. 2 seconds of cuts. That's what he's got. Brad got another second this lap. And Jam got a second as well. KFC almost getting in the back of his teammate there. Looking to go around the outside here. Set himself up for the inside. Jam blocks it off. Takes the line away from KFC. KFC now looking down the inside here. Just get a drive. Coming to hit the triple. They both get it. Jam's staying a little more inside. I think that's one of the spots where people are getting some cuts by just staying the far outside. We'll just guys scrubbing. Coming back onto the start straight here. KFC looking down the inside. Jam blocks it, playing some good defense here on his teammate. KFC had to go outside, but it wasn't perfect outside. Kind of cut the corner to go out there. Into the fast section of the track, jumping back downhill. KFC landed on his rear tire so it doesn't get a legs, and Jam misses the rut. Down he goes. His front tire hopped out, and his back tire just followed, and here comes Nico making the pass into P3. KHL, tiny mistake into the rut, absolutely sent him off a little bit. Kind of an awkward mistake there, and Aaron's going to even get by Jam before he gets on track. Sending it down. Aaron did not crash, so it was close there for him. Now the teammates, SKR, got a lot of guys around here. As Aaron mistake, Jam gets into him. They get locked and off side of the track to go. So Aaron's going to get some cuts because of it. Some weird net code thing. Seen that happen at Southwick a bunch of times. People get stuck like that, and then it just sends them both off. Both of them trying to steer back on, but on the other screen, they're steering into each other. It's just weird glitch. Paboso got to fix somehow. So we got Aaron. It's having him in P6 right now. I think he's up to... maybe we'll see. Yeah, P6 because of his cuts. Got KJO just in front of him. Couldn't get the quad in, and that's going to ruin his whole rhythm. All these guys are a little struggling towards the end of the whoops there. Yes, sir. Do the switchback sections after the finish. Is Nico leading this way in P3? Then you got KJL, P4, Aaron, P5 on track, but P6 on timing and scoring with Zenix right behind him right there on that ODR machine. But Aaron looking to make some moves on KJL. KJL playing some good defense, taking all the inside lines. See what Aaron can do. He has the inside line here. KJL, see if he gets a better drive since he kind of went more outside there. He has Nico right in front of him on that AEO machine. Up horsepower hill they go. And KJL closing in. Nico had a tiny bobble there. All going to the outside. Even Aaron is right behind him now. Sending it down the hill, lands on the back of KJL, and Aaron goes down just like that. Saying a little too hard. KJL goes to the inside, almost takes down Nico. Saw him take down Nico's teammate of Murda earlier in the race. Just absolutely went down his inside and pushed him off the track. So KJL taking no prisoners up to P2. Sorry, P3 with Brad still up ahead of him. Which Brad has closed in on his teammate of KFC. KFC does have one less seconds of cuts. Brad looking down the inside, sends it down the inside, doesn't make contact, keeps it clean with his teammate. KFC forces the outside for Brad. Brad's going to go up the inside after mistake. KFC, they get together and down they both go in the whoops there. So they both collide coming out of the rut. Luckily they have a big enough gap. Brad gets going first. And he's going to cross the line just ahead of him. They both get an extra second of cuts. So Brad, just like that, loses the lead, missed the jump to the inside. So KFC back in the lead on track. His teammate right behind him of Brad. I feel like for the rest of the year, it's going to be these two just battling it out. As KFC makes a mistake down the inside, Brad's going to slingshot around him, gets the triple cleanly, and back into the lead on track he goes. It's like Murda just set the fast lap time down in 13th place, so he's moving up. KFC got a weird little bounce there. Was able to save it. Brad absolutely sending that small table out to flat. So now KFC's losing a bit of time now. So now in the fast part of the track. Brad now looks to have him barely on even with his cuts. See, KFC's making even more mistakes. Send it down the hill. Able to land just in the knuckle to not go down. Misses the inside right there. Tucks the front. Down he goes. So now Brad has even more breathing room to work with here. He gets going after the switchbacks. And then you got KJ, Zenix, Aaron, Ethan, Jam. Looks like we have lost Nico. He might have gone down back there. Jam trying to work his way back up. Scrubbing into the sand they go to see if Jam has a good enough drive. Looking down the right-hand side. He's going to take the single. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Scrubbing the table here. Jam right on his rear tire. Does not scrub the second table. It's going to just have to follow him. It's kind of a tight section up here. And now they're all going inside instead of most of them going outside here like they were earlier. Into the loops Jam goes. We'll see if he gets a good drive. He's skimming where Ethan's jumping. It's about the same. Jam had a little bit better drive out down the right-hand side. Scrubs on by him, takes the line away, and right on by Jam goes ahead of Ethan. That is up to P6 on track. He was already ahead of him on timing scoring. Ethan has something back for him. Looking down the inside. Could not make the move, and it looks like Aaron trying to make some moves on KJ and Zenix here. What's up, Con? KJ covering the inside line here. Yes, sir. And Zenix forces him to the right side of the track. Puts the hand up to not mean to do that. Aaron looking down the inside. 3 wide all into run rut. Aaron basically forces both of them to jump off the track. Something was bound to happen. And looks like Zenix might have tucked the front end there or gone down. Don't know if he had some help or not. To wait for just a split second. So now it's KJ and Jam here battling for the P4 position. Fast side Jam looking down the inside. Sends it. Can he take the line away? He does. KJ backs out of it. And Jam is up into P4 on track. Now he has a set of sights after Aaron, who's up into P3 now. Into the switchbacks. Now is that KFC? That is KFC just ahead of Aaron. So KFC might have had some more problems. So now his teammate of Aaron, he has to battle now for P2. So looks like Jam is close enough to get Aaron because of the cuts. Check it out. Those are the fast laps of the race. Aaron has it by almost a full second. It's about 7/10. And then you go to the last lap. It was Brad. We'll see if any of these guys have a faster lap. Looks like Brad just set the fast lap of the race as Aaron set his the lap prior. We'll see if he could set it again. Messes up the whoops. Jam's going to have a drive on him. Over the bars. Front flips. Down he goes. One tiny mistake just like that. And it looks like Aaron did not have enough pace to beat him last lap. It was actually Brad 2 seconds quicker than anyone else. And Aaron had a 2:20, so he had 2 seconds slower than Brad. So anyone, but it looks like he had a crash because now they are closing in. On my screen, it shows KFC only 6 seconds behind him on track. See Scrubs here. See Brad just about to head up to Horsepower Hill. So now we're keeping an eye on your points leader here. Now into the fast section of the track. down. Looks like Brad might be starting to pull a bigger lead here. See Aaron. So SKR still 1, 2, 3. And then you got Ethan of MRC. And you got Jam of SKR as well. Nico of AEO. KJL of Omen. Xenix of ODR. And Keelan of PRS here. All the way down to, it looks like P9. All right. Since we are about halfway, like the is actually Xenix goes down. Hold on, hold that thought. See if anyone else is closer. We see Waffle Slayer. Good to see him back. Ethan of MRC has always been a good top 5 guy. He was always up there in Supercross. He just hasn't been up there outdoors. But he's occasionally up there, just not there consistently. Not to everybody that is fast is cheating. Just means they know life the game for a little bit. Especially this late in the season. People who are constantly still playing the game are going to obviously get that better than some of these guys. Maybe Brad or KFC aren't fully playing the game as much. They're just hopping on for race nights. But see Xenix and Waffle Slayer still fighting here. Alright. Gonna leave that there while I do a little bit of ding. If it'll snap over. Yep. So we're back on Brad here. As that happens, we have about 13 minutes left. As always, I'd like to say ZyreFX, just reminding everyone, it is proudly sponsored by ZyreFX, powered by Moto Option. If you're looking for custom graphics within the MX bike scene, whether it's bike graphics, team packages, pit boards, gear, or other custom work, make sure to go check them out. ZyreFX, performance in every detail. You'll see their Discord kind of popping through, whether that's with Nightbot through YouTube or not. They will have their Discord for you to go check out their prices if you'd like. Get some custom stuff made if you don't already have stuff for this game. I know obviously most top pros have some stuff, but even like guys maybe like Vibes down there might not have some stuff, so be sure to head over to them. Get some stuff made, even though it's towards the end of the season. Could have some stuff ready for SMX. That way I could have some more skins on this stream instead of, 2 teams. Help me out plenty. Well, we're just watching Brad here. He does have 8 seconds of cuts. So like I said, this track, it's unavoidable. They're going to get cuts. Let's go down and see Vibes down 20. Let's see if we can find them. There's Keelan. Let's see this. Vibes going to be just back here. Dylan, Nacho, Aragon, Svepia. Nope. Looks like it should be. Nope. He's actually going to be behind these guys, unfortunately. There's Vibes. Looks like he's had a tip over. He's down. Shows him still in 20th, but he's unfortunately farther down outside the top 20 once timing and scoring re-updates. Let's get Ethan and Jam here. Going to see Aaron. I think this is, this Aaron. So it is still an SKR 1-2-3 as Aaron is catching up to his teammate of KFC, current points leader, which I'm sure Brad wouldn't be too upset about. He would go on to help himself gain a little bit more points here. As I head back up, it is, like I said, Brad is 49 points down. Right now he's going to move himself up to 46, but that extra 2 make him up to 44. Yeah, I noticed he made a little mistake. I noticed Vibes did there. Because I saw him up in like 19th or something. Now he's down to 24, unfortunately. But Aaron, like I said, slowly closing in. Does have 2 more seconds of cuts than KFC. Looking at that, you got Aaron setting the fastest lap last time by, along with Brad. They were both almost a second quicker than KFC. Aaron was. Brad was only about 5/10 maybe quicker. So we're just keeping an eye on Aaron here. See how close he could get to KFC. Is just right in front of him. Coming in to the whoop section here. See if you can get a better drive. KFC a little off the track. Had to go slow through here. Aaron was able to get it cleanly. Another second of cuts for KFC, and Aaron has brought it down to about a second between them. Also setting the fastest lap of the race with the 2:17.2, so he is going even quicker as the moto goes on. And KFC just right ahead of him. Let's see if he could get it done here. But like I said, all this is just to help his teammate Brad inch in a little bit closer. It is looking like it is going to be an SKR rider winning this title. As after this moto, it would be SKR 1, 2, 3 in the championship, with Aaron moving past Froxy. As he did end up getting that one race suspension, and down he goes, hits the hay bale. Aaron, just like that, went from a shot at P2 to now having to work his way back forward with only 8 minutes and 2 laps to go. He's getting a little squirrely here. Got to keep an eye on him, see if he could work his way back up. But Brad's still your leader here at Washougal. Scrubbing the tables here. Got 7 minutes and 2 laps to go, which is roughly 5 laps. Yeah, we'll have about 5 laps. Actually, it might be 6. 5 or 6 laps to go for him. Just keeping an eye on your defending champ. Had a slow start to the season. Not the results he obviously would have wanted. But now he's slowly trying to claw himself back into this title fight. He was, I think, 50 or 60 down at one point. Now he's down to 49. So it's closing. It might have been a little less than that. He's down, but so those couple bad rounds early on really cost him, where KFC was really prevailing and getting some wins. As you know, KFC does have 5 moto wins on the year compared to Brad and Aaron's 3. But KFC has been on the podium in 10 of the motos compared to Brad's 7 and Aaron's 5. So KFC's only missed the podium in 4 motos this year. But both KFC and Brad do have the same amount of overall wins at only 2. So a lot of their moto wins have kind of been, for KFC, it's been like a moto win and then like 4th or something to mess stuff up on an overall win. One of his overall wins was a 2-1. So, might have been maybe 3 of his moto wins were all bad opposite motos. So Brad has 3 extra seconds of cuts compared to KFC, which that's why it is showing the 3 seconds apart for them. It's getting a little closer now. He has 4 seconds of cuts, so it's going to be within 1 second here. As there's KFC, who also got another second, so still keeps it up to about the same. It's 3 seconds on my screen is showing that Brad only has about a 5-second lead on track. So I feel like it should be down to about 2 seconds maybe. So that might be another cut for KFC. Looks like Jam is up to P4 now ahead of KJO, because KJO's cuts. So it might be a top 4 for SKR here today. We're just going to keep an eye on that. We're going to go back to try to find that battle. So there's KJO, and then here's Jam and Ethan of MRC. So Jam is ahead of both these guys, as he has Ethan has 5 seconds of cuts, KJO has 5 seconds, and Jam only has 2. So he's able to, avoid those, close timing gates. But now he's just fallen out of reach of KJO to be close enough to be ahead of him. Scrubbing all these hills. Oh, he got caught up in the rut and down goes Jam. Something knifed on him and made him made his bike not want to go forward on him. And Ethan nowhere to go, ended up taking him down. So now Ethan is up to P5 now because of that. Murda up to P7. So good ride for Murda. He had a good start. Got absolutely cleaned by KJO after the first ski jump. And then I feel like I've already missed him. I have indeed. And there's Nico, who was up there early, so up to 11th. There's Murda on the AO machine. The Canadian getting it done in the EU series. So we got 1:40 and 2 laps left to go. Yeah, it's looking like all the battles have kind of fizzed out here. Maybe, well, there's Jam, so it looks like maybe here there's a little one. Yeah, I got Ethan up ahead, KJO, and then Vix, who is a lapper. Vix is. You see there? Down in 28th. A little tired. A little tired, Alex. I woke up 30 minutes before track was released. Yeah. I am very much ready for 2 weeks off. But we got KJL and Vix here. I could do Supercross all day long because it's constant action, but a lot of times with this outdoor stuff, it's just too long for me. I only have the SKR, the AO, and ZyFX graphics, unfortunately, or like gear. So it's really just between those guys. So A stars, one shot, or fuck, I don't even know what ZyFX is running. Yeah, you get this gear, which I think is A stars. Yeah. And let's see. Murda's got to be back here somewhere for the AO stuff, which is kind of the green stuff. It better be good, Alex. It better be good. And then ZyFX, which would be Marco back here. It's not him. But yes, his gear is a little covered. But it's like some dark green stuff. Yeah, full military kit, except I can't see the pike. This is like Thor, I think. Could be completely wrong. I don't know. I can't really see any logos. It's covered in dirt. His teammates are battling back here. Might be Atlas stuff. Yeah, I didn't get any SYS stuff. At least I don't think I did. But time has expired, so it's 2 to go. As this has now become the battle for P8. So Marco's going to be ahead of him now. For any of you guys, you're kind of wondering why they look a little all over the place. Or why it looks like they're missing ruts. I am from North America. Obviously, this is an EU series, so it's a lot of Europeans. Our internets do not sync up well, especially on this game with its dog shit netcode. So that would be the issue with that. Oh yeah. It's mostly, so I'm gonna let you know, that battle mostly a time battle, but we can go up and watch it. But yeah, it's mostly gonna be a time battle between those two. Jesus. For the next 2 laps. Where the hell? Okay, so there's a, damn, they are far up there. Jesus. There they go. So there's Brad. There's Casey. They're a little separated. But due to Brad having 4 more seconds of cuts, Casey just got that 4-second buffer. And right now he's only 3 seconds back. Through the whoops. Coming up to the white flag. So this is what we're going to keep an eye on. So Brad crossed the line. He got another second. And KFC got another second. So 4 seconds is what KC has to be within. He is only 3 seconds back. Or, 2.8. And Privateer down. So last lap, we'll see if Brad can pull it back out like he had been all moto. KC still sending it. Said most of these guys a lot of times don't run either a timer or don't run a HUD for the standings, so they don't know if someone has cuts or not. Don't know if these guys are or not, so we'll see. But with Brad looking to pick up the pace, KC has to equally match him. Which is why I see him being a little squirrely and sending a couple stuff. As Brad is starting to pull it out just a little bit more. As they're lapping Xenix, who was up there. Damn, something must have happened to him. I see vibes. This KFC just that bit back. He's fully sending it. Brad, as of right now, is going to cross the line first, and it would give him his 4th win if he could hang on, if he has enough of a gap. So he's going to cross the line first. KFC's coming across the line. He's going to beat him by 9/10. So KFC adding another win to his tally, making it 6 moto wins on the year. So just like that, Brad unfortunately ends up losing it at the end because he got that extra second of cuts. Aaron's going to come across line P3. So if Brad did not get that second of cuts, because KC got another one, Brad would have won. But unfortunately, that's just not panned out for him. But it is an SKR 1, 2, 3. Then you see Ethan of MRC coming across line P4. It's going to be a P5 for Jam, it looks like. And a P6 for KJO. It'll be a P7 for Murda after, fortunately, getting taken out off the start. All right. Just seeing everyone cross the line. Wait, they finished? And that was your final point position. So Ethan with the P4 at the end of it. Oh, fuck. Getting that off. There we go. So now we're hopping over to the 450 main. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Now let me go to a Lin stream so I could get the results. Okay, Dizzle scored 8 point. Hell yeah. I don't know how many more people just joined the stream, but welcome to the waiting portion. For anyone that is curious on how the first moto turned out for Forties, that is it. Squeeze this together here for a while. It was Cam, Caden, TJ, Boy, Linz, Jake, J7, Dorian, Merritt, Astro, Davey, Neon, Axel, Panda, MX, Pickle, Braden, Blue, Aiden, Millie, Troy, Pumbaa, and then Dizzle. Your final points score of the day. So now we're just waiting the 10 minutes. Yeah. Oh, look at it. So who we got so far? We got the boy Element FXR, the retro bikes. Hell yeah. We got Zyrefx gear. Oh, there the boys are. Got the boys all lined up. Of course, Braden's running the 100%. Well, I dragged it into the Oakley ones. Because that's what everyone ran, but guess not. And two of them wearing black boots, one of them wearing white boots. Braden just wanted to be different. And then Braden's got the dirty bike, but clean gear. Cam's clean everything. And then TJ is just absolutely fucking horrendous. And you got the boys spooning. FXR. Where's the Dizzler? Where's the Dizzler? They had me download his bike. Where's Dizzle? Days read. Okay, I found Dizzle. At least I thought I did. All right, I'll see Dizzle. There's his. It looks like the same bike, if I'm being completely honest with you. All right, so let's see. We got Cam, Jake, Reed, Caden, Boy, Frank, Aiden, Neon. All right, Neon. Okay, good looks. Just be up front this time. Troy, Pumbaa, Pickle, Astro, Linz, TJ, Davey, Dizzle, the Dizzler. I don't know why he's the only one with handguards. Never mind, that's because that's a Fantic and I'm retarded. And we're restarting. That's why. I forgot that Dizzle rides the Fantic. But it's blue handguards. Alright, Dizzle. So blue handguards on a white Fantic. What's Dizzle looking for? What's Dizzle looking for? The only reason I might get, most of the time I get Black Rifle because they're the only ones that send me their full kit. damn near no one else like double packs the bike except for Element FXR. Those they do too. Nothing on the seat. No little special little Easter egg. Well, I thought we were going. It was looking like we could have got this thing done in only about an hour and a half, but I know more. Yeah, there's the Element FXR boys. I think that gear is still their Redbud kit. They got the retro Yami. I can't remember if that's the regular KTM. I'm gonna say no. Do got their helmets though. Now we starting. Oh man. Took way too long. Alright, we're gonna Alright, so we're gonna try this one more time. We got Cam, Jake, Reed, Caden, Boy, Frank, Aiden, Neon, Troy, Pumbaa, Pickle, Astro, Axel, Miles, TJ, Linz, Davey, Dizzle, Floden, Jay Hammer, Braden, Dorian Merritt, Millie, Theo, Meeks, AJ720, Dark, Panda MX, Blue, and Berthold. And Adam Mertz on Moto Academy as well. Alrighty, boys. Be getting ready for gate drop. We're on the far inside here with your points leader of Cam. Mr. Cameron Box here. What's up, Nico? Alright, let's see if Cam can get a decent jump here from the inside. Revs are up. Gate's about to drop right about now. And gate is down. Who gets a good drive here? It's looking like Neon might get one. Kind of get shoved aside by Aiden. It's going to be Caden to get the whole shot. And Jay Hammer just absolutely cleaning everyone. Allowing TJ to get up there along with Trojan and Neon. You got Berthold right there. Dorian Merritt, Cam. Neon trying to get a drive on Trojan. Trojan cuts him off. Neon has to check up. Cam somehow is up here early. And he gets into the back of Neon. Down he goes. So now he has to work through the pack. It looks like TJ leading the way. Neon trying to get past Trojan still. See if he could get it done. All going outside in the switchback. Neon right behind Troy. TJ starting to get a bit of a gap here. Berthold looking down the inside. Neon kind of gets a little squirrely, almost gets into him. They both scrub the triple here. And Neon looking down the inside, checks up. Not run into him. And then you got Boy, Dorian Merritt. Looks like Berthold went down. LaFloden, Linz here. And it is Neon in P3. P2 for Troy. P1 is still the 18 machine of TJ. Sorry, I just had to change something so I could see the timing scoring a little bit better. But Neon trying to make anything happen here. He told me he felt good. He felt good. He felt like it'd be a good day here. I got 11th first moto, same as the number. But he told me he's feeling a good result, and now he's proving it. I told him I was watching Moto 2. I guess he was saving it for then. The Trojan absolutely messes up the turn. Neon tries cutting him off. Trojan's still ahead of him, though. And then now Linz is up to P4. Neon trying to throw it away here. Neon sending it to flat. Lynn scrubs it. It's about the same. Trojan going full outside. These guys are kind of doing the middle to outside. Up Horsepower Hill they go. Skynet, Lynn's landing in that knuckle, and down he goes just a little too far. That thing got deep here for the 40s. I don't think it was as deep for the 250s, but you jumped that just a little too long. And that is all but over for you, as Lynn's just found out. Dorian Merritt and Pickle got stuck together here. Dark, and there's Cam. He's up to 7th now, after landing on the back of Neon and going down early. And then TJ still leading ahead of Trojan and Neon. So a fight for P2 between these two guys, the number 56 of Troy and the number 11 of Neon. Just grabbing this first table. Neon almost getting in the back of Troy there. Trying to squared up a little too hard, almost launched off the track. And Cam is up to 4th, so just behind these guys is your points leader. So just like that, he is back almost up to where he was at the beginning of the race, and only we're 2 laps in. As Neon did a little Superman ahead of Trojan there, getting the pass into P2. And immediately he's about to throw it away. We'll see if he can hang on here. Troy looking around the outside, has a bit of a slingshot. Neon cuts across, take the inside line away. It's going to hold on to that P2 position for now. Trojan gets a better drive, looking down the left-hand side. Backs out and goes to follow Neon down the inside here. Now we are waiting and seeing if either of these guys catch TJ, which looks like Neon might be a little bit. Started to pull away from Troy there. Now he's catching up a little bit to your leader of TJ. Fact check, Neon cutting it close with that hay bale. Now everything starts on a single out. Cam slowly moving his way up along with Caden there. So he's almost on the back of Troy now. You know, I'm gonna be so dead honest. I don't know why. I'm like perfectly awake, perfectly fine, and then all the way up, and then I hit stream. Start that bitch up, and then we get to the races, and I'm just fucking, tired. Just feel tired. And then it's normally like I end stream perfectly fine. Don't know why, but we're on Cam now, trying to make a move on Troy to P3 as he gets the drive through the whoops here, looking down the right-hand side. Makes a pass on him, looks almost the same way that Neon did. And into P3's go. Looks like these 42 guys have figured out where the timing gates are, so not getting as much cuts as the 250 riders. Triples Neon still got TJ up ahead. That he might have gotten a cut from that. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I saw it's Oh, and Neon just had the same crash as Linz. I think Neon didn't even jump that far. He just smacked right into that little bump, and that's what killed him. Yeah, I noticed it was that outside, but all the 2 of you guys are still taking it, and all the 4 of you guys were not. So Neon going down at a P2, down in P3 now, but it's got a big gap to Trojan. It's about 10 seconds, maybe a little less, maybe about 8. And it looks like TJ had a mistake, so Cam is into the lead. Oh my god, as he almost throws it away. Nobody wants to be up front in this race. So does TJ leading over his teammate of Cam, and Neon is lurking back there, waiting for any of these guys to make a mistake and to pounce on it. And Cam tucks the front end. Could not send the bike back up, coming up to the second small table in the back section. So that's going to give Neon back up into P2. No way Neon about to go 11-2 or maybe 11-1. Inconsistent. But we'll see. He looked like he was having the pace to catch TJ, and then he had that crash after going up Horsepower Hill. Oh, cross-threaded on that landing there. Down he went. Cam decides to go around the outside. Now he's going to be back ahead of Neon here. Neon going down the inside. Takes the line away. Absolutely cleans your points leader of Cam. Had to have been one of the cleanest takeouts I've seen in this game. Ah, gotcha. Why do you have like 7 different names on everything? Oh yeah, Neon's like me. He doesn't fully care, but also like I wouldn't either if you have the pace to be top 3, but you're getting like 12th with Moto. Couldn't you have just created a new one with the same name but with numbers after it? I don't know. What's next? Your YouTube gonna be a different name as well? Or you still got that one? And we're just waiting for racing to pick back up. Nah, gotcha. There's Troy, then you see Cam and Jake up here. Jake does have an overall win. I think he won Redbud, if I remember correctly. My memory is a bit shot. So he absolutely sent that a little too hard there. So Cam and Jake have cuts. The only 2 in the top 5. Cam has 1. Jake has 2. Seconds worth of cuts is now Cam is looking to go back after Troy here. Cam not going full outside, but he's kind of hitting that middle-ish rut to the outside. Looking down the inside goes Cam. It's not take out Trojan. We're going to see if Cam can make a move on Troy to get into P3. Looking down the inside, gets the drive. Not good enough, though. Troy's going to hold on here just ahead of him. Watching down this hill. Trojan going inside to defend over Cam. He's going to still hold on to that P3 spot. But has a little bit of a rough bump. Cam almost lands on him. Maybe it did. Now Troy's off the track as Cam made a tiny mistake in the corner. Scrub in there for Cam. See if he can get a good drive here over the first table in the back section. Around the outside, he set himself up from the inside. Scrubs lower, takes the line away. Into P3, he goes on track. Still got to get that second gap to get him on timing and scoring. So now I think he's up to P3 now, your points leader. As TJ lost 5 points, so now it's back up to 50-point lead heading into this moto, but then it might, if Neon can hold on, save for P2, and TJ can hold on for a win, that'd reset it back to 45 with 4 rounds to go. Let's see, 8, 9, no, this is 8. So 9, so 3 rounds to go. Which 45 is a big effort, especially if him and Cam are constantly just swapping positions. Let's see, so 3 rounds, so 6 motos. Let's see. TJ gains 5 times 6, that'd be 30 points, so not enough. As Neon absolutely trying to toss away a P2 here. Goes down his fact section. If I had to guess, he probably hit that hay bale. So even if TJ wins out and Cam finishes on the podium, Cam would still win by about 15 points. Things end the way that they are now. So in order for TJ to most likely win this, he has to win every moto and hope that Cam finishes outside the top 5. Let's see, that is 7. That's an 8. 8 times 6. Oh, fuck. What is that math? I'm so shit at that. I'm so shit at the 8s. Like, I could do 7s. I could do 9. I can't do 8s. 8s are really weird for me. It takes a minute. Let's see. So 24 plus 24. Nope, that'd be 68. Nope, 48. Take a bitch, think about it. So yeah, 48 points. So if things ended now, Cam would indeed be 48 points ahead of TJ. Oh yeah, no follow. So base. Oh, as Neon's getting a drive, and never mind. He just tosses it away. Got it up squarely. Jake's gonna move on through, and Neon got 2 seconds cuts. So, if things ended right now, TJ would have to win every moto from here on out, the next 6 motos, and Cam would have to finish P5 every moto or worse for TJ to win the title. Which, I mean, if possible, if Neon, Jake, and Linz can get in the mix there, it's possible, but it's going to be a stretch. Okay, Neon, yeah, just saying, fuck it if I get cuts, alright, just going for the pass anyways. Ahead of Jake now. Up Horsepower Hill they go. And Caden of Raikou. I downloaded all the gear that was sent to me for that team. Guess this was not in it. But he got a P2 last moto, so he's going for a 2.5 right now. Maybe a 2.4 if he could get past Neon. Never mind. He got held up. Oh my god. Hang on there. Looking like me riding out there. Now Troy's ahead of him. We got 12 minutes to go. I forgot to do this, but we're going to hang on to look at our leader right here as he's going to come through the trees. Mr. TJ, your current leader of the race, as we pop this up for you guys. Like I said, did it first moto. I'm going to be doing it probably every moto just because they have sponsored us. So, just reminding everyone that stream is sponsored by ZyreFX, powered by Moto Option. If you're looking for custom graphics within MX bikes, whether it's bikes, graphics, team packages, pitboards, gear, or other custom work, make sure to check them out. ZyreFX Performance in every detail. You'll see their Discord link kind of scrolling through the chats on YouTube and Twitch. As now we're looking at Linsdown and P10. Had a good start, had that unfortunate crash after Horsepower Hill, and that did unfortunately cost him. But yeah, be sure to join those Discords. You can see their pricing. I'm sure it's pretty cheap, maybe 15, 20 bucks, maybe a little more. Not too horrible. But be sure to go check them out. Give them some love, let them know that I sent you. And all that good jazz. But back to the racing action. It's still TJ, your leader, has a 15-second gap on Cam. 16 after Cam's cuts are applied. Then you got Neon P3. So back to see exactly how far Cam is as he just got up Horsepower Hill. There he is. And you go back a little ways. You see Neon coming up Horsepower Hill, going right by us. Followed by Jake in P4. Then you got a bit of a ways to wait. See down there, that is Trojan in P5. And you got a P6 for Caden. 7 for 8. Boy. Whoa, 7 for 8. Sorry. 7th for Boy. 8th for Reed. And then you see 9th for Pickle of that Spiral Machine. And like we were showing for a little bit there, Linz, who got the second moto victory last week in that P10 spot. Followed by Pumbaa of, J-Hammer. Then Braden, and then Pumbaa. Then you got Dizzle, Blue, and Dorian Merritt. All right, Dizzle, let's go. 14. Hey, that's Pumbaa down. That's up to 13th now, Dizzle. Let's go. Get her done. How long until NA Coil? Let's see. It starts at 8 Eastern, so just under 3 hours. Till quality starts, and it's about 2.5 or 2 hours, 20 minutes until confirmation is done and registration. It's about 2 hours 50 to be exact for when quality starts. Alright, Dizzle, showing you some love because you're one of the only kids that I got out here. And because I know you. But 13th, you could get up to 12th. Just got to be within 5 seconds to J-Hammer. Dizzle is a third-person rider. Oh my god, I should probably fucking put that thing down. Maybe I'll get more frames. We'll see. Oh yeah, Dizzle is a third-person rider. He got 21st first moto. If anyone knows here earlier. And now, P13. Let's go, Dizzle. I think he got a top 10. Might have got 10th or 7th, something like that, a couple rounds ago at Southwick, Red Bud, or what was round 6? What was round 6? Was Red Bud round 6? Ah, fuck. Yeah, my brain not there, clearly. I don't remember what rounds or what. So you had Paula, Hangtown, Thunder Valley. Okay, Southwick was round 6. Alright. Then yeah, maybe it was Southwick. Fuck if I know. Round 4 was High Point. That's right. That's where I was getting mixed up. And then 5 was Red Bud. 6 was Southwick. 7 was last week at Millville, and now we're on 8. One of those rounds Dizzle got a good one. It might have been High Point, if I'm being honest with you. So it might have been a couple rounds ago, about 4. But he has pace to get up there. Oh, damn. My bad, Dizzle. I'm going to get off of Dizzle now since... I don't know. I'll probably get blamed for that crash. We'll see. Got Reed up to 7th. The man who said he had retired, that we all knew would not last long. It lasted a single week. And now he's back. And then you see Boy of Element FXR down in P6. That is P6 now for Reed, so good on him. Looks like Neon is back around Jake. He has 7 seconds to cuts. Damn, Neon, settle down. Come on. And he immediately blew it. All right, Neon, come on, bud. Come on. At least you're getting. At least you're doing good enough to get some screen time this week instead of screen time as a lapper. I was joking with him earlier. I said that. He said he's feeling good, and I was like, better be, because it would have been 3 weeks in a row where I downloaded stuff just to never see him on stream. But now he's battling with Jake here for P3. Does have 3 extra seconds of cuts, so even if he passes him, he won't fully have the P3 on lockdown yet. But he heads to drive on Horsepower Hill, makes the pass. We'll see if he could get past this. Ooh. See if he hits a Dizzle little huckbuck here. Oh, got kicked. Able to save it, unlike Dizzle. Takes the inside line. Absolutely gets a shit drive out of the rut. And Jake is going to get right ahead of him. Takes his line away. Around the outside for Neon. Sets up for the inside. Takes the line away from Jake. Moves him out of the way. Puts the hand up. Jake did not go down. So I think that's a bit of a fair block pass. Jake looking down the inside. Cannot get a drive through all the acceleration bumps. And Neon's going to hold on. Neon is now behind Trojan on timing and scoring because of his cuts. He has 6 more seconds than Troy. See the last laps. It was Cam, your fastest, over TJ, then Linz, Troy, Pickle, Jake, Reed, and Aiden. So now we're keeping an eye on this battle, seeing how close to get. Looks like Troy is up to P3 now because of having less cuts. Neon got another second. And Troy is now no longer ahead of Jake, so he's not close enough to Jake, but he's close enough to be ahead of Neon. Right now, as it's looking, let's see. So it'd be Cam P1 for the overall, TJ P2. And Jake P3 for the overall. Not an unfamiliar overall podium. Unfortunately, Lynn's having a kind of a dog shit second moto after that crash on Horsepower Hill, hitting that little knuckle and going down, getting the legs. But now we're really seeing if Neon can pull far enough ahead to give himself a big enough buffer. Let's see, he would have gone 2-8. Right now, Jake's about to go 6-4. Let's see, 4 points. 2 points. Actually, I think Caden might get a P2 overall over Jake right now. So Jake has to get P3 in order to get second overall. Otherwise, it's looking like Caden will get it because, yeah, Boy 4-6 would tie him with Jake. So now Caden's up to 7. So let's see, it was only 4, 1, 3. So now Jake, even if he gets the third, now Caden would still get a P2 overall. And he would be 1 point ahead of Jake at the end of it. So Jake needs Reed to get Caden in order for him to get P3 overall. So, yeah, to reiterate, so Cam P1 overall, TJ P2, and Caden P3 overall, with Jake 1 point down for P4, and Boy would be P5, 2 points down off of the podium. And, you know, Trojan and Neon having shitty first moto is kind of what's screwing them out of this. Alright, we'll head back there real quick, and then we got to come right back to that battle with 2 minutes to go. Dizzle, what are we doing, buddy? This AJ just got past Dorian Merritt. It's right ahead of Astro. And Dorian Merritt absolutely shits the bed. This guy is not... Unfortunately, I don't think outdoors is Dorian Merritt's thing. There we go. I'll watch him until it gets down to 1 minute left, and then we'll have to go back up to the front to watch that battle. Yeah, it is unfortunate to see there. Alright, now we're going to go back up to the front place, guys. There's Cam with, I think, that is Aiden getting lapped. Oh my god, Aiden, 22nd. Nobody, no. Dorian and Aiden, 21st and 22nd. That is not what you want to see. See Neon here. So did Jake. Like I said, Jake unfortunately can't do anything because he's got a 30-second gap. And he tucks the front end down. He goes over the rut. Troy's going to get ahead of him. So they're saying Jake would need to get P2 in order to beat Caden if Caden is going to finish 7th. So it's going to be a Cam, TJ, Caden, 1, 2, 3 in the overall. Go up for Jake. Okay, let me check points here. Okay, so Linz is not going to lose P3 in points. I could tell you that, even with the 5-10. Because Troy was the second closest to him, sitting P4. And he was damn near 30 points down, 27 points down. And then Jake was 38 points down. So, and Jake lost points to Lynn's first moto, and getting a 5th here, not really gonna help his case. So Lynn's going 5-9. He's still gonna hold on P3, but he's gonna lose a ton of points, which is gonna put him. It might be close to 2 whole races down. It's definitely going to be at least 3 motos down. He already had that after the first one, but it might be close to 100 points down. But we'll have to wait and see on that as we're still watching Jake. He's right behind Troy, who is just ahead of Neon on timing and scoring by a single 10th. So Neon could get a P3 here. 11-3. Crazy ass ride. Hold on, let me... fuck. Ian's about to make me do some math. He's not going to beat Caden, because Caden going 2-7, 11-3. He's not going to beat that, obviously. Let's see. A 6-5 versus 11-3. So let's see. Oh, fuck me. It's 5 points that he would have lost. He's going to gain 3 points. So now he'd be 2 points down off of Jake. So he'd be 1 point behind Boy. So I think if Neon gets P3, he would finish 6th overall. Maybe 5th. No, wait, he wouldn't even be... Boy would be ahead of Jake right now because Jake's in fifth. So it's, yeah, because Boy would be going 4-6 over Jake 6-5. So Boy would be fourth overall. Jake would be fifth. Sixth would be Neon. And he's absolutely shit in the bed. So Neon, come on, buddy. Get that P3. Get your third podium of the year. Time has expired, so we are on 2 to go. Troy's not getting penalties. Neon's getting about 1 every lap, so don't see it happening. And even Boy now is ahead of Jake, so I mean, be 5 points there. It'd be 1, 2, 4, 6. So if Neon can get P3, he would beat Jake and get 5th overall. He would not be beaten Boy. He could beat Jake if he could somehow pass Trojan and gap him by 8 seconds in 2 laps. Or about a lap and a half now. Down the inside, could not get a drive. Inside's not really good for getting a drive out of that corner. Down ski jump, both going the outside. Like I said, I don't see Trojan getting 8 seconds of cuts, and I don't see Neon pulling 8 seconds unless Trojan absolutely shits the bed and goes down like 7 times. Be more like 2, 3 times, but still. We'll see. Anything can happen in this game. Neon's still not able to get past him on track. Looking down the inside, thinks better of it. Tries to square him up. Cannot get it done. Coming on to the final lap here. Inside for Neon. Hitting it like whoops. Trojan absolutely a little mess up at the beginning of it, but he's able to crowd it together here towards the end of the whoop section there. But last lap, 1 more lap to go for these guys. Like I said, I don't really see Neon able to pull those 8 seconds on him. So, it was TJ who had the fastest lap of the race over Cam and then Neon. And then all those guys were 2 seconds ahead of everyone. Okay, Neon casing the triple. And he's going to get another second of cuts here. And then last lap it was Cam over Caden, then Neon. And then Trojan, and then Davey, TJ, J Hammer, and Miles. Trojan might have a run. Does not. All right. Oh my god, I completely missed it. But TJ, I was trying to watch that battle, but TJ got the dub. It would be his 5th moto win of the year. But Cam is going to get the overall. See TJ there. Cam, overall winner. Going to get his 5th overall win. So you see him there. 5th overall win for Cam. Cam now has 8 moto wins on the year, so about 1 win per race. He has finished on the podium in 14 motos, so that means he has not finished on the podium in 2 motos. Trojan's going to hold on for a third. Neon's going to get a P4. P5 for Boy. P6 for Caden. Going to be 7 for Pickle and 8 for Jake. So Neon was 1 point behind finishing. He's going to finish 1 point behind Jake. But it's still going to be a TJ first overall, Cam second overall, and a Caden for third overall. And also, TJ has finished on 13 podiums, so he's only 1 less podium than Cam, but Cam just has 3 more wins. And TJ's non-podiums were a DNF because of a game crash and 2 like 18th place finishes. Or another DNF and another like 18th, so that's why he's so far down. Trojan is now at 3 podiums. See everyone start to come across the line. For podium is going to be Cam has finished on the overall podium every round. TJ has only missed it once. That is because of a. I feel like it's wrong. I feel like he missed it twice because I think he had a mess up at Southwick. And then because of 2 DNFs is why TJ did not get podiums. And then let's see here. I'm just gonna put on a Caden one podium. If you're watching, let's just kind of roam around the track here. All right, let's bing bong. Let's pull up some results here. Just want to make sure I am correct when it comes to this shit, and not giving you guys false information. But now we're just watching Lynn's kind of roam around the track. Hey, listen, 2 hours for the stream. I'll take it. See, what are the normal lengths of all the other ones? Let's see. What's our longest one? 2:21 for Paula. Oh, what happened? What happened, Moto 2, Aaron? Damn. Did you get second or third? Was it Brad and KFC who finished ahead of you? Yeah. Damn, so you guys stayed the same on there. Let me go to the podium's gonna be the same. So 6 podiums, 3 for you, and 4 for Brad. That's overall podiums and moto podiums. That puts KC up to 12, puts Brad up to 9, and you up to 7. Um, who won the moto, Aaron? Damn. KFC won. Gotcha. Damn, now he's at 7 wins. All right. So that means he also won the overall by going 2-1. Yep. So him and Brad changed absolutely fucking nothing on points. All right. All right. 450s. It was Cam to get the win over TJ, gained 2 points. And then Caden, 3rd overall, Boy 4th, Jake 5th, Neon 6th, Lynn 7th, 8th for Pickle, 9th for Trojan, and 10th for Davey. Then we go over to the 250s. KFC 1st, Brad 2nd, Aaron 3rd, Ethan 4th. By going 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, and 4-4. Right, 4-4. Yeah, 4-4. And then you see the rest of them showing a show for it. Murdo, what happened? Yeah. Yeah, Murdo said fuck it. 26 minutes in. He won the title and said fuck it, I'm not playing no more. Won the title, got 1 win outdoors. Yep, that's it. I would probably do the same. But now we go over to the points. Not updated apparently. Okay, 250s is. So let's refresh 4 fatties. Okay, 4Ds does not want to update apparently, but 250s is now at 55-point gap. So KFC is now a full race ahead. Aaron has now moved into 3rd. He is 110 points back. Marco up to 4th, 127 back, and now Froxy is 144 back. There we go. So Cam is 48 ahead. Nope, 47. Right? It's 47. Yeah, 47. And then he's 87 ahead of Lynn's. 120 ahead of Trojan. And 124 ahead of Jake. That is your points. Thank you, boys, for joining me. It's one of our quicker streams, so hell yeah. Props on the admin team getting it done. I think I might have started a little later anyways because of some stuff, but thank you, boys, for showing up. It was, for the most part, some good racing. Got a little boring towards the end of most of them, but that's normal. For the most part, it kept up some good racing. Like I said, race schedule flipped. Next time we come back, it'll be 2 weeks off, and then we're racing. So technically, 3 weeks from now, we're going to be racing again. Damn, it's long. Wait, I'm going to assume my streams will probably be dead by the time I come back, because that is a long time to not stream. Damn near a month. But yeah. Thank y'all for showing up. I will see you all then. See the point situation. But until next time, peace out. Good luck to everyone racing an A and or streaming it. Peace.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping light.